At the tone, 0 hours, 44 minutes, Coordinated Universal Time.
Bing! Hello, everybody. This is Annestacia Komarovsk. Let me turn the scanner down. One of many. This is Annestacia Komarovsk with the 4:44 p.m. 4th Estate News. We're in the library studio. We were thinking of going in the field because we were just at the City Hall doing the Dick Van Dyke movie premiere. So, first things first, today's December 7th, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. And we came on. Real quick, just let me make sure I share this with you. I just want you to see, you can see all this stuff too. So, here, you get all these weather cameras here. So I don't want to get lost. So all over the state, you can pick up a camera. So he's right here about this one. Sugar Hill. Okay, Sugar Hill. There's Sugar Hill, California. Pretty cool. Sugar Hill. Let's do something by the bay. How about this one right here? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, need to be better than that. Make sure I come back. I have this trouble sometimes with my too many screens going. So, I'm going to end that just today's Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Many of you don't remember it. It's a big deal. And I'll go to the screen. Okay. There you go. December 7th. So it's 1941, this happened, and today would be a great day to celebrate victory over war. Now, tragedy that we have to go to war. It's war then peace. And that itself is a very difficult concept to understand because we buy Toyotas and Sony equipment. Now, Sony wasn't probably around, but Mitsubishi was. And there were other things. And you can go on Google and do a search and look for yourself. And just my 2 cents on, first of all, magic, don't need that. Don't need a mic. So, Pearl Harbor first before we do gratitude. I worked with someone at a facility, government facility, a city. And he fought in World War II. And he told me some stories. And they were pretty horrific, what they had to do. And I always found it kind of offensive to drive a Toyota car after knowing that he fought so hard, so that we can have our freedom in the United States of America. Okay, so we'll try to stay positive. So gratitude, just thank you very much to those who served or did. We do remember you on December 7th, today. Thank you for your service. Okay, so try to keep it uplifting. No one's forcing you to watch the 4th Estate News, especially on a Sunday. Look what we ran into on a Sunday. Can you make that up? No. That was on Malibu Canyon Road. 4K at 120 frames per second. You can't make it up, seriously. You had to be there. That's something that I just caught it. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And I uploaded that on YouTube. Just haven't really shared it because it's the first time we've been able to do 120 frames per second editing. And that brings me up to gratitude. And we have lots of gratitude. We got this package from our friends at package at B&H out of New York. And they shipped it right out. And what we were looking for is this, the professional level of DaVinci Resolve. We've been using DaVinci to edit our stuff, but we couldn't do 120 frames and stuff with stuff. So, gratitude. So what we did, in order to get this, a little bit more money, we got a very professional piece of equipment, which I haven't seen in a long time. something like that. An editor to help speed things along from Blackmagic Design. So if you buy this, it comes with this. And I think it's for life. I don't know. Gotta ask. So I told the B&H I would thank them. So it came well packed and quick, fast, and in a hurry. So B&H, there you go. Here. I've done business with them such a long time. They are going to get plugged. I'm very thankful to them. There you go. B&H. Nice Jewish folk. So just don't do anything on Shabbat. Okay. So I bet you're wondering, since we're done with Pearl Harbor, you're probably wondering about the screens. And let me see what we got here. We got stuff that, here, we were looking for Barbara Streisand, and a bunch of other stuff comes up on the feed. So the reason we were talking about Barbara Streisand was this movie, On a Clear Day You Can See Forever. And it's a really interesting story because it kind of deals with something that I saw in church. There you go. Incarnation Jubilee. Wait, December 6th? It was December 7th. Oh, now it's December 7th. Okay, I hope I didn't get my dates wrong. 7th. Yeah, so that's from church. And I'm going to share something with you, okay? You might not see this a lot, but I'm going to do it. This is where I sit at church. Pretty much where I sit at a city council meeting, to the far left. But for a long time, I didn't realize that Jesus had my back. He's looking upon me. So you gotta ask the question: who's brave enough to do something like that I just did? You know, I'll tell you this: somebody who sits behind me is on the TV screen on Insight. I won't give out his name because he probably likes his privacy. I go to services on Saturday. You usually have 5, and then today they had a bilingual mass in English and Spanish. So, muchas gracias por tenernos ese servicio. See, I do speak a little Spanish. So that's the show Insight back there, okay? So something to whatever. So I'll get this off here. I'll figure out how to use this because I'm definitely using that. Oops, and you're seeing that. DaVinci Resolve, it works, okay? It takes, maybe the angels will give you a hand and the speed editor to go with it. So they give you stickers and all and a nice packaging. And the other thing is I don't want to be too preachy because, we can talk about KPP, Katie Porter, make up the P for yourself, or we can talk about Governor Newsom, President Trump. Don't want to make any problems with him. California needs all the help that they can get. Okay, so elected official, both him and Governor Newsom have to play nice together until Ann becomes governor of California in 2026. Yeah, people keep forgetting that I'm running for governor. Here, there you go. Good. The other thing too is we are decorating our little pine cone because we don't have room for a tree, so we do a pine cone. Okay, and so I wanted to get this off because we'll deal with this next. I've had this for a while, and I really don't know what to do. This memorabilia. That's the Concorde Air France. Okay, Concorde. And this are utensils that were used on the Concorde in 1976. Yeah, it's true. The Concorde. Okay? And so It's been on my desk for a while. I paid for it, and I don't want to show a lot of information, but I got it on eBay with a little nice letter, nice packaging, and like I said, I don't want to disclose too much, but get a little note. That's almost 50 years. Next year, that'll be 50 years. Yeah. So, the United States is supposed to have a big celebration. Yeah, 250 years of being a nation. How interesting. And the reason the Concorde kind of rings a bell is because I was, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I can find it. Oh, I finally do something right. Oh, you got to do that first. Okay, hold on. Okay. I was watching the movie Heaven Can Wait. That was one of two movies I watched. I watched that one, and that you can see the review on Rotten Tomatoes. But he was getting on what looked to be a Concorde in heaven, and he had died. So a little bit like reincarnation, which, believe it or not, it's what this movie has to deal with as well. So Barbara Streisand and Warren Beatty, they're pretty big players, and back in the day in acting. So Warren Beatty apparently is still with us, which is kind of a unique concept because body is different than spirit, and I think that if you get a chance to watch the movie, those two movies, you should. They kind of resonate, and what the Padre kind of said with the whole, what do we call it? I'm going to do a better job with my cross. It tends to kind of like, either I'm doing it wrong or something. I do something wrong with it, and so I make myself seem silly, which is fine. We got to have fun. Why can't we elect somebody who's fun, not always so serious, Running government is a serious thing, but obviously you don't want to see that part. I guarantee you. So at Malibu today, when I picked up my Advent calendar, I ran into these people. They had samples. House of A. There you go. They had that. They had a nice brochure. And there's their number. There you go. So, ideas. These people had some nice stuff. I bet you didn't know they existed. Look. Malibu toffee. Now that's something new. You don't see every day. They were at church too. They're having like a marketplace, carnival kind of stuff. Not carnival, but just like a gathering after church. So I did that before going to Dick Van Dyke. But I'm not there yet. Advent gifts. Advent. Celebration leading up to the kings reaching Jesus. This is an Advent gift. It's heavy. It was bought on Amazon. You can be at a Target, Walmart, or some other place. The only problem is this thing is made in China. There you go. Made in China. Why can't we make it here in America or the Republic of California? Yeah, But this is very heavy. $9.99. So it's a toolkit. Who can't use a toolkit? So you get to open up a new tool every day. So I'll try that tomorrow. So they did have Advent calendars on sale at the church. They had this. Isn't that cool? On Advent. See, I was missing an Advent calendar. I like this one because it has like angels. Yeah. And most people know that Anne can use angels. So I have more video to play for you, but unfortunately, we don't have the time. What I want to do is show you some of the stuff that that we do cover, and let me see if it lets me share with you. I mean, I'm kind of curious myself. This is like an example. Look at that plane. See, I told you. Oh, hold on, didn't go to it. Okay, cut it and do it right. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's a plane flying over Malibu. Okay, so let me see if it lets me do something more pertinent to like today's event. Let's see. I have a ton of events. Okay. Maybe you guys got your Christmas tree. Oh, this one is, there you go, at the farmer's market. Yeah. There's a big crowd at the farmer's market. So we're going a little overtime today. It's Sunday. Nobody's forcing you to watch. And you could also, let me see what it, oh, there you go. Look, Christmas trees. Get your tree. The high school kids have a Christmas tree lot there. This is all recorded in 4K, 120 frames per second. Okay, so we're going to have a tough time turning it around. So it's better to share with you now because, you know, what happens if I don't get the opportunity? And here we got another one, Mayor Riggins. Here, oh, Mayor. Sorry about Mayor. I'm in the back row where the Fourth Estate sits. And that's Mayor Riggins doing a little intro at the Malibu Film Society. There you go. That was just a little bit ago, not too long ago. And let's see, we got more. We have this. That's just to share. I see if it'll let us. That's the problem, if it'll let us. Sometimes we get ourselves too nutty. And just says stop. Okay. And so we will. We'll come back to me. Okay. There you go. So we got to put that stuff together in the edited version, which could be kind of problematic. So it's better to share it now and stuff. So hopefully we did a nice job of gratitude. We also did the Advent. Today is the second week of Advent. See, if we were following along on our calendar, you would know. And we did cover that event, and I think it'd be appropriate to roll out on Advent. So I'll do my best to do that. So the only thing is I really want to be careful because then it makes it harder to edit. So I will, I'll do my best here. There you go. That's not Advent. Okay. Nope, that's not Advent. And you're messing it up. Okay. I'll let it be. So this is Annestacia Komarovsk wishing you a very good evening from Malibu. So have a good night. Watch something fun. Maybe something like Pearl Harbor as well. And think about the people that come before us and done so much to save America and the United States. God bless the United States of America.